2020 Christmas predictions. Oh man, I can't wait to get into that. That's going to be so much fun. But look at this, Christmas time. We're just literally just a few weeks away. I mean, it's coming quick. It's going to be here before we know it. And I'm wearing t-shirt, shorts today. I'm here in Tennessee. I mean, if you've seen some of my other videos, you've seen me all bundled up and freezing outside. One day was in the snow, and today it's in the 60s. I think yesterday might have hit 70. I was driving around today with my top down in my car, and the breeze just blowing in my hair, and phenomenal weather. I mean, this is gorgeous weather outside. But who would have thunk it, right? Like they say here, when I got here to Tennessee, if you don't like the weather here, just give it an hour. Right, and that's probably in some other places around the country as well. Just give it some time and it'll change. But yeah, this is crazy. We went from being down in the low 20s all the way back up hitting 70. So we're having a great time. Try to predict that, right? Like, should I try to predict Christmas weather? What are we going to have on Christmas Day? No, I'm going to let that one slide. No predictions here from me. I'm not predicting the weather. And the weather does its own thing, and we just try to hang on and do the best we can. So let me ask you this. You've heard of that term before. They say the term that we prepare for the worst and hope for the best. I'd like to kind of twist that a little bit, and kind of what I live by is we prepare for the worst and expect the best. The word expect, I expect it. It's like a mental state that you plan for it. So if I'm trying to predict Christmas time, right, what we got here? We got going on, we've got the food shortage threats and talks, and we have a lot of political things going on right now, right? So there could be some civil unrest in different states. We've heard about that, and maybe crimes and things. Can we predict that? We can talk about that. We talk about storms. We talk about weather, right? We got winter storms. Some places maybe be predicting snowstorms coming up at the end of this year. I mean, it's 2020, right? There's so much going on. What about shutdowns? People planning to travel, going out of town, traveling from a different state. I don't even know if our countries go, if you can travel to every country yet. I don't know. I haven't heard. But can we predict that? The shutdowns? Watching the news lately, I'm seeing shutdowns in New York. I think today they just announced up there they're planning that stuff again, and it's just crazy. Businesses, and how do they predict that? If you own your own business, how do you predict that? So we can sit here all day long and try to predict the what if as preppers and what we prepare for. However, I like to kind of make a little twist on that. Okay, we do prepare for the worst, and trust me, I do talk about the worst sometimes, and that is a topic. I don't want to come across as a hypocrite, like, oh, we shouldn't talk about that. No, that's fine to talk about, but let's talk about expecting the best. So in my mind, when I'm looking at Christmas time, this is me. This is what I think, that nobody is going to be sick, that all the family is going to be getting together with no problems, and everyone's going to be happy, that there's not going to be any shutdowns. We can do everything that we want to do. We can travel, that planes will fly, cars are allowed to go where they want. I expect that. That's what I'm expecting. Maybe considered the glass half full type of thought, right? And even going into this new year, 2021, what does that bring? What's 2021 bring us? Well, it could bring us all kinds of things. And yeah, it's fun to sit and speculate and prepare for this and prepare for that. Look, we don't stop preparing, but we still expect the best. It's just like working at a job. And I've worked in management before, and I've had people under me. And you have a goal, and there's certain expectations for that job. You don't just hope that we reach those goals. You expect that we reach those goals. It's already a mindset that that's where we're headed. And I think even ourselves mentally, physically, it affects our physical. If we're constantly stressed and worried, hoping and worried about the future and worried about next week and worried about this and that can start affecting us, our spirit and our physicality, where if we expect things to be good, but then we've prepared for the worst, right? We're not stopping prepping. We're still preppers. We're still preparing for the worst, but then we're expecting the best. But when that time comes, we're still prepared. Does that make sense to you? And I'm not trying to confuse anybody, and I'm not trying to downplay that there are concerns. I'm not trying to downplay that. I'm just saying that you need to go across, especially with Christmas coming up, and have that excitement, that enthusiasm, that time of year that you can just do all the traditions and all the things that you want to be able to do, all the food, all the desserts, the baking, the decorating, and all the wonderful lights, and inside, outside of the house. Hey, I signed up for a neighborhood competition, okay? They're giving away 3 gift cards for outside decorating coming up in about a week. And they're going to judge the whole entire neighborhood. And I'm hoping that, my decorating might win me one of those first, second, or third place gift cards, right? And I won't tell you how many people signed up. 3. I won't tell you. So I'm hoping that maybe I win one, okay? I'm hoping that maybe I can kind of ease my way into the winner's block and win one of those gift cards. So, but it's okay to get excited about that stuff. It's okay to expect that that's going to take place. I have family coming in town. I get to see my kids, and it's okay to expect that and not to be so worried about, well, what if I can't? What if they can't make it? Or what if they shut down the airports? Or what if this? Okay, I can't live that way. Life has to go on. People talk about the new normal. I don't accept the new normal. I have expectations. I have dreams and yes, hopes. But I expect things to be better. I expect, yes, people can be wicked, and I understand that. And there are some people out there, but for the majority of people, I still have hope in mankind, and I still have expectations. I still expect people to still have love and peace and a desire to get along. What about in the politician world? Let's move on to the next subject, all right? Let's move on to the next subject. No, seriously, we still have expectations. Yes, we have a lot of problems in our country. And I'm sure there's other countries you can sit back and say, yes, we have problems in our country as well. But you still got to be able to get up in the morning, put a smile on your face, and tackle the next day. You have to. You have to keep moving forward. But you don't stop prepping. You don't stop preparing for the worst. Being prepared to defend yourself and your home. Being prepared to feed your home, yourself, your kids, your pets. You still prepare for all these things. You prepare for the bug out bags and the emergency kits and the medical situations. And look, I still stock up on personal medications and things because I just know that that's the smart thing to do. And if you're new to prepping, this is what we do. You don't have to have a doom and gloom on you. And I know some people paint that thing, and I know sometimes I'll talk about those things, but we don't live there. We don't live in the doom and the gloom, and that's just life, and that we're preppers, and that's how we live. And no, we don't do that. And I hope that you don't do that. I hope that you can be excited for what the future holds, that there's still so much good to be had and so much joy that we can get, especially out of this season. So I just wanted to take this minute. It was on my mind today, and I just wanted to take that minute and touch base with you. Look, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe, and everyone hit the thumbs up button. And I hope you all have a great, great rest of this week. And I'm going to say it first now, and I'm sure there'll be more times between now and then. But Merry Christmas. I want to say Merry Christmas to you. And I appreciate each and every one of you. And y'all, I hope you have the greatest Christmas season with you and your family. And I hope God blesses you and protects you and your family in every sense of the matter. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye now.